All right, all right. What is good, everyone? I'm gonna just try to untangle this real quick. Hold up. What is good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to the stream. All right, here we go. Today, or more like tonight, we got a great show for you guys. Gonna be talking about a lot of awesome content. We are in the launch week, baby. Oh my god, it's so exciting. Despite what people who don't like media members who clearly didn't like the Nintendo Switch, don't like the system, despite what they tell you to try to douse your hype with their fake, oh, I'm not excited. It's like, dude, we know. You don't play the Switch. We know you. We know you're not excited. It's okay. Get excited for the backwards compatibility for Xbox Series, right? That was super exciting. But yeah, shout outs to everybody, man. Welcome to the stream. Hope all of you guys are doing good today. I know I'm doing good today. We are going to be talking, like I said, about the launch week, my plans, the big Pokemon update. I mean, there's so much to go over. There's so much to go over, man. So I'm super excited. Shout outs to Partyman Cartworld, Cyber Taurus, Sky W. Let's get into the shout outs. Roadhouse is here. What's up, Roadhouse? Welcome, man. I'm hyped. I got preparing to ship. Preparing to ship, baby. My card is charged. Now I just need them to show up early on June 5th. Yes, sir. Hey, what's up, Dior? What's up, Cyber Taurus? What's up, Roadhouse? What's up, everyone? Jeffrey Tucker, David Dampier. What's good? Let's see here. Quite late. Yeah, I'm hanging out like certain Mondays and certain Fridays of the year. I'm with my daughter. I hang out with her, so that's the reason why it's late. Mondays and Fridays, you'll sometimes get like super late streams. Let's see here. Triple X, what's up, man? 2 more midnights to go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to Rip John Redcorn from King of the Hill. Yeah, unfortunately, he was murdered in a very gruesome, well, just a murder, just a homophobic, you know, crime against him. So yeah, very unfortunate, especially with the King of the Hill reboot coming up in a couple months here. For him to be passing away, I mean, that's just terrible. People are just awful, man. Justin with the $5, or no, sorry, $10.
I'm so excited nobody can put my excitement down now.
Nobody can stop the hype, man. You know, the funny thing is there's a clear difference between, once again, gaming media and like gaming media and like regular gamers. Clear difference between the two. Clear difference. Justin, you are now the Hulk with the $10. Anybody that's 10 or more, you beat up my man Justin on the board. Hey yo, let's go. Stuck it up. Also, big love to Yak Diesel with the $5. Says, hey yo, let's go. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. OJ, your official Switch 2 week 1 sales projection. I mean, you can't, what, for Japan? I mean, I don't know how much the week 1 sales projection is going to be, guys. Like that's too hard to put together. But for Japan, I mean, I can say probably minimum 500,000 to a million, somewhere between there. So it's gonna be a pretty big week. Yo, what's up, Elvis? Welcome. This Force Switch 2 not being excited for the press people is weird. Yeah, it's only certain press though. Like, here's what I did a little bit of digging into some of the press that I saw. So, like I said, not to pick on them. And once again, we're just talking. This is not to dookie on them. This is not to hate on them. It's just simply talking about some stuff, you know. Shout out to Cyber Taurus with the $10 dono. Says the hype is real.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Cyber Taurus, with the big $10. Let's go. 25 in the boat. Hey, yo. I don't know if I don't know how late I'll be able to go tonight, though, guys, because I have crazy big bonus, like, you know, huge stream set up for you guys in San Francisco. But I gotta catch my flight. My flight is super early tomorrow morning, so I gotta be out of here by 6 a.m. So I don't know how late I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna do my best. I'll go as much extended time as I can. And of course, anything that we do get, we're still taking music suggestions. So Justin, Yak Diesel, Cyber Taurus, if you guys want to track, let me know. We're still taking those. Shout outs to my man. Let's see here. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, I'll be careful. I got a driver, so you know, even if I'm tired, I don't have to drive myself, so that's cool. You know? So that's the good news. That's the good news. Family friend of mine has a pretty good shuttle service. Crispy Tope with $1. What's good, man? And he says, hey, OJ, do you think there'll be a 2D Metroid for Switch 2? Of course there will be. Why wouldn't there be a 2D Metroid for Switch 2? Of course there will be. Nintendo hasn't skipped a 2D Metroid on a platform in how long? It's been a long time since we've skipped a 2D Metroid. So of course. Only a couple more days. Salutes to you, OJ. Nintendo's past, present, and future on one platform. Yes, sir. Have a safe trip, OJ. Hope you're playing Switch 2 with your brother. Yeah. Well, we're going to be streaming. So it's funny how Tom Warren doesn't act like Xbox didn't have an exclusive. I looked up his tweets on what he said. So his tweets was, I agree that the launch lineup is weak. He said that he agrees that the launch lineup is weak. But he didn't say that he wasn't excited for it. He was still excited for it. He just said, oh yeah, I agree that it's kind of weak. There's not enough first party, but or any first party. But even a year after that, he still said, oh, well, the best reason to buy an Xbox, even after they still didn't have any first party games till Halo Infinite, he said, oh, well, the best reason to buy it is because of backwards compatibility and because of updates to games. Funny how that wasn't a strength, or that wasn't something that he said with the Switch 2, because once again, he didn't play the Switch 1. Like, if you actually played Switch 1, you'd be excited for the backwards compatibility, you'd be excited for the updates, you'd be excited for all that, but he didn't play or he didn't care, so therefore he was not excited or did not mention it. But with Xbox, he mentioned it because he played and he was excited for it, right? So that's the reason why like I said, criticism is fine. Actual normal criticism is fine. But this fake ass, oh, I'm not excited. Yeah, duh, you don't play it. You don't play your Switch. You don't like the games. Stop acting like you're some type of, oh, I'm being neutral. No, you don't like it. You like Xbox. You like PC. Just be real. Just like, hey, look, I don't like it, so I'm not really excited. That's all you have to say, instead of trying to make up like, this is the least I've ever been excited. Dude, you wouldn't be excited regardless. You don't like the games. I don't mind the criticism is fine. Critique is fine. I just don't mind the fakeness behind it. If you don't like something, just admit that you don't like something. You don't have to act like you do like it. Like there was be some type of miraculous game that all of a sudden you'd be hyped for. You said, oh, well, 3D Mario. Okay. Right. 3D Mario. Right. Crispy Tofu with the dollar donut says, that's great. I just didn't know if Metroid Dread was considered a success by Nintendo. Yes, it's considered. It's literally the best-selling Metroid game of all time. So yes. I mean, individual platform Metroid game, and it outsold every single 2D Metroid game ever made, easily. So yes, absolutely. Let's see, do we get another Brother Essence on stream? If he wants to. I haven't asked him if he actually wants to be on stream or not. If he wants to, I'll let him. So yeah. Let's see here. OJ, what's the beef with you and Nintendo Prime? I missed the controversy. There is no beef between me and Nintendo Prime. SK, you randomly come in here every like 3 months and then just ask me a question that has nothing to do with anything. That's like not even real. So there is no beef between me and Nintendo Prime. Let's see here. Do we so Natalie, what's up, Natalie? Welcome to the stream. Do you consider yourself a gacha YouTuber? Words of Prime? If so, why not? I don't know what the hell that means, but no. I don't know what a gacha YouTuber is. Let's see here. J7 says a lot of IPs during the Switch generation had a big boost in players. Yeah, from people who actually played the system and enjoyed it, not from these fake journalists, or not from these places that cover Xbox or cover PlayStation and like those systems, and all of a sudden they're Nintendo fans out of the blue. Not all of a sudden they're Nintendo fans now that Switch 2 is coming out. Not all of a sudden they've got concerns. Today was a roller coaster for me. Passing of John Redcorn's actor, Switch 2 around the corner. Watched the car accident in real time for the first time. Tigers curb stomp White Sox. Crazy day. Yeah, pretty crazy day. Yo, Justin with the $15 Toby Buster. Let's go.
I'm so tired of everyone being cynical and a downer.
Yeah.
I'm just ready to play some games. Also, it's funny that 40 FPS is good on PS5 and Steam Deck, but not Switch 2.
Yeah, not all of a sudden 40 FPS is no longer good.
How about some Metroid Dread packs to send the Switch 1 off into the sunset?
Yeah, that sounds good. Thank you so much for the Ninja Peach and the Toby Blaster coming in from Cyber Taurus. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to Cyber Taurus as well. Thank you very much. We will play some Metroid Dread tracks. You said Metroid Dread, right? 47 on the board. Combo breaks. Metroid Dread music. Let's go. Twitter's weird. Yeah, a lot of these people are weird. Like I said, I don't mind people. If you just don't like something, I actually respect people that just don't like something more than the freaking people that lie and grift about it. You know, it's like, dude, just be honest, man. You don't. I looked through like the whole situation, right, with the Tom Warren guy. I looked through his whole Twitter post on like anything about Switch. Like, he's not posted anything about playing Switch games. He's never posted a year in review. He's never posted anything. He's never went into depth in anything that he played. Now all of a sudden, I'm not excited. Duh, like these people are so fake. Same thing with Insider Gaming. I went through their posts. I went through what they said just to see and like, listen, guys, I have a BS filter. I follow these people, or I see their posts all the time. I have a BS filter. I need to know the truth about them. I need to know the actual truth about them. So that's the reason why I look through. These people aren't posting anything in terms of what they like to play or Nintendo Switch or whatever. They're posting about Xbox and PlayStation and how they like to play those games. And then now all of a sudden they want to talk about, oh, they're not doing. It's like, it's just so weird, man. So, I mean, like I said, I just filter out the BS. Now I know not to take them seriously. I mean, I never did, but now I know not to take them seriously, right? Like I said, I don't mind criticism. I don't mind critique. I don't mind that. Notice how I don't say nothing about that when it comes to, like, beat-em-ups or RGT or John or any of the people that I know that actually, even people that I don't really mess with, right? Like, that play Switch that you can see the content on their channel. I don't really talk about them like that because I know that at least they enjoyed things and they talked about it and played it. They're not lying or they're not being fake. Like, you know, so that's the only reason why I bring it up is like a lot of these guys, they don't even play nothing. And then they sit there and act like, oh, there's just nothing for me. It's like, bro, there was never going to be anything for you. You don't like it. Just be real. Stop trying to join in on the conversation. It's the flavor of the month, right? You're just trying to get the clicks. So that's what you need to do to get the clicks. So just be real. Just be real about it. Stop faking it, you know? Metroid Dread. That's all I'm asking is to stop being fake. Shout outs to Caitlin and Justin with the 60 minutes. I respect people who say it's not for them, but that's perfectly fine. I can get some Kirby music. Yes, you can, sir. So Justin, thank you for the 16 months. Also, Shinner with the 53 says, Switch 2, baby. Can't wait to play Elden Ring on the go. That'll be later. With the Dust Bloods dropping next year, we eating good. What's everyone looking forward to? Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to? Let me know in the chat. Super blessed I was able to pre-order Switch 2, but I really hope Target doesn't make me wait till next Wednesday. I hope so, man. I hope so. I really hope so. Hey, what up, Nick? Mike Straw is a Madden inside. A Madden inside. He's part of the Insider Gaming. Was always fake to me. Oh, okay. What's Madden inside? What does that mean? What is Madden inside? I know about, you know, like John Madden football. You talk about that? Oh, but yeah, the Mike guy. Oh yeah, that's the guy that I quote tweeted. Yeah, that I kind of like obliterated, like the obliteration on there. Okay, yeah. Did you know what? Oh, go. He quote tweeted you. This man go. Okay, so Goat's here. Go, stay here for a little bit, man. Okay, so in that post the other day that I quote tweeted him, your response, you know, his response to you, like what other systems have like incredible launches. This dude went back to the original OG Xbox in 2001. Oh, the original OG Xbox in 2001 had a great lineup of bro. What? This man went back 25 years. Talk about, oh, I got you, huh? Like, these people are weird. How you gonna go back 25 years to sit there and say that got a great launch? 25 years. Bro, Josie wasn't even alive. We've got people that weren't even alive or that were babies. It's about going back to 25 years ago, talking about, oh, yeah, that had a great launch with a bunch of games. Bro! That was Goat who we quote tweeted. I don't know if you responded to him, Goat, but I hope you did. That was hilarious. I thought that was super funny. Let's see here. He says he's playing Cyberpunk on the Rogue Ally. Hey, have fun, brother. Shout out to Christian Meeber with the 56 months. Yo, let's go. Thank you for the 56 months. So you told me you don't like something, you won't be upfront. Something you don't like me. Yes, I'll be upfront. Light it up. I don't like you. I don't like you at all. Kirby. Air ride, let's go. I've been pretty upfront about what I've said when it comes to certain things, guys. You guys know me, man. You guys know me. I've been upfront. I've been Madden Insider. Okay. Yeah, we haven't had a DK game at all last gen. Can't wait for DK. Nintendo had to plan this out because every game coming to Switch 2 is IP star for new entry. Yes, sir. Seriously, why can't I make a good comment in my milestone? I don't know. Thank you for the tune in tier pledge, though. Thank you for the 56 months. Yo, we out here. Let's see. I was barely one back then. In retrospect, I hear about Halo launch lineup. No, don't get me wrong. Like the original OG Xbox, the GameCube, and the PS2 all had great launch lineups. They were not bad at all. I mean, they were good. They were all good. But you got to go back freaking decades in order to try to dump on something. You got to go back freaking damn near going on 3 decades. You got to go back a decade and a half or 2 decades and a half to sit there and say, to try to make your point. So that's why he was getting dunked on so much. But like I said, I would respect him more if he simply just said, hey, look, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like it. Nah, there's no games. There's no nothing. They need to have a bunch of, bro, what the hell has even launched this year? Right now, in terms of it, like what are all the big games? We've had Claire Obscure, that's already out. You would have already played that. We have Split Fiction, that's already out. That's coming. What else do we have this year? We had Kingdom Come, that's already out. We already played that. So it's not like there's a ton of new releases that the system can even launch with right now anyway. Like in terms of brand new games, what's coming out in June, right? Like there's barely anything. So I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some games that I'm not thinking about, but I mean, like, it's not like there's a ton of games that was going to be ready to go at this point. So, but anyway, even if that's, regardless, that's not the point. The point is that most systems launch with at least just one or two big first-party games, usually just one big first-party game. The PlayStation 5 launched with Demon Souls Remake. That was the big first-party game for that. The PS4 launched with what? Killzone Shadowfall. I guess that was the big game, but that game wasn't very good. So yeah, you know, so I don't know. What's up? Yeah, I took it back. It's inside the room. No, inside. Yeah. Okay, sorry. My wife, she was asking about the charger, thing for her charger. Am I hyped for Pokemon Champions? No, not right now, because we're getting Pokemon Scarlet and Violet updated. I'm more hyped for that because we're gonna be able to play that like in a couple days. I like seeing people whine over $70-$80 games and the price of Nintendo Switch 2. Then when you go through their profile, they're gushing over the new Doom and PS5 they bought. Yeah. So yeah. Let's see. I never played a single DK game, 2D or 3D, so Bonanza will be the first for your boy. Mario Odyssey and Team in Charge looks like. I don't know if it's the Mario Odyssey team. That's not confirmed, but you should definitely check out the 2D DK games. They're actually really good. Can I see BG3 coming to Switch 2? Yeah, sure. Divinity came over to Switch 2, and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are on Switch. Or sorry, Divinity Original Sin came over to Switch 1, and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 came over to Switch 1, so sure. Let's see here. Hey, OJ, super hyped, and I can't wait. May I have to wait for the store to ship to the console? True, they're going to send a few months. My friend trolling me. Your friend's trolling you. I actually did respond. I said that's your opinion, and I mentioned I was super hyped for the games. I'm getting, and the launch window, first 12 months, more important than the launch day. Yeah, you know what? That's the weird thing. I mean, Kit from the Kit and Krista podcast, when I broke down how it's good to have it month by month, he put a bullseye on there. I don't know why some gamers think that it's like to just blast the launch with like 10 titles. They never get that, and we haven't got that in like decades, like that other guy said. So I'm not really sure where this is coming from. I think it's maybe because they just don't like Mario Kart, so there isn't something else for them to play. But even if that's the case, when you buy a system, you buy it for you don't buy it just for the launch. You buy it for like what they've laid out for like the first 6 months. I would say the first 6 months, because yeah, the month is gonna go by, launch is gonna start. You can't play if there's 10 games at launch. You can't play all 10 games. What should be happening, and what's the actual great way to do it so you have consistent games and consistent press, is to launch it with one really good game, you know, that a lot of people are gonna like. And if you don't like it, then you don't like it. Oh well, too bad, so sad, whatever, right? But then you just get it for like the next game, or the next game that's coming the following month, or the next game that's coming the following month, or you just wait and then you just get it when all those games are already out, right? So to me, that's the strategy. That's the right strategy to do. The Switch 1 did that strategy, you know, so that's the right strategy. Cybertoast with the $5 says Pokemon Scarlet and Violet looked lit from what I saw today. Looking forward to getting back into it. Yes, it's actually playable now, especially in the water areas. The water areas are fantastic. It looks like they've fixed everything for the most part. So very excited about that. Should have been on Switch 1, but hey, it is what it is. Party Man.
People in Tom's thread really trying to downplay Mario Kart and calling the launch week lol.
Man, I'm telling you.
Look, it's cool if you don't like Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But some peeps acting mad weird about it.
They are.
Mario Kart is very strong for launch. No need for several games.
I can tell you something.
PLS.
I can tell you something right now. If there was a Sony or a Microsoft IP that sold 70 million copies on the so like let's just say there was a Sony IP, like let's just say Killzone Shadowfall sold 70 million copies, and then they made a Killzone Shadowfall 2 on the PS5, they'd all be excited for it, even if they didn't like Killzone Shadowfall. If that was the game that was launched, they'd be like, oh, there's Killzone Shadowfall. I guarantee you, even if they did not like the game, they'd all be saying, oh, well, we got Killzone Shadowfall 2. Yeah. I guarantee you they'd be saying, oh my God, I can't prove it, but I'm telling you they'd be saying that. OJ, you peep IGN tried to call Cyberpunk Impossible port already. Mind you, the whole launch title. I read the interview, but I didn't see anything about them saying Impossible port. Shout out to Cyber Tourist with another $5 dono. 62.
You can tell who didn't play Scarlet or Violet.
Yeah.
I heard some people saying it looks the same.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I haven't heard anybody saying it looks the same. I haven't heard that. But if you didn't, if you think Scarlet and Violet looks the same, oh my goodness. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. What's up, Baron? Welcome. Oh, before I forget, the Spawncast starts in 117 hours and 37 minutes. Don't be late. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Yo, shout outs, guys. I appreciate the early love coming in, the combo breaks. Let's keep it rolling. Give me a strong release each month. Too many games that instead of too many games at launch, just enough to enjoy a game before the next. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, give me a good first party game that a lot of people are gonna like, and then some other third party supporting games, and then keep the games coming. You know, each month keep the games coming. I know, Party Man, you're not missing nothing, bro. What's up, Gloria? Welcome. Your order's confirmed. Let's go. Rolucci or no, Rolucci. What's up, man? Welcome. Rolucci. There you go. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. 91 Gamer Boy says, how long has DLS has been out tech? DLS has been around since like what, 2020? 2019? It was, I think it's been around for more than half a decade, if I'm not correct, right? Let's see here. I've seen people say it still looks bad. Oh no, I can understand somebody saying that it still looks bad. That's a fair assessment. Like, oh, it's still, the graphics still aren't good. That's still, I think, in my opinion, fair. But to say that it looks the same? No. It looks the same as it did on Switch, like with the frame rate and like the resolution. No, that's definitely incorrect. But if you still think that it looks bad, that can be fine. Once again, I have no problem with logical and actual real critique. The situation that I have a problem with is when people cap, is when people lie, or when people sit there and make up stuff. That's the only thing that I have an issue with. If you think that it still doesn't look good, that's completely fine. It's still, obviously, compared to a lot of other big, first party Nintendo Switch 1 games, it doesn't look as good, right? But to say that it looks the same, where there's like no changes, that's just not true. Let's see here. DeAndre with the $2.19. The Pokemon Scarlet looking like a new game. Can we get the Area 1 theme from Pokemon Scarlet, please? Yes, you can. Thank you so much for the $2.19. Area 1 theme. Pokemon Scarlet. Yo, let's go. Shout outs, man. Shout outs. Once again, like I said, I have no problem with like logical critique. I have my own. Like we said, we've talked about it, but some of it is just, like I said, people are just being like super cap. Like, it doesn't look the same, obviously. Let's see, it doesn't look as good as it should, but to me it looks like they did clean up the textures too. But it's been forever since I played it. Yeah, we're gonna have to be honest, like we're gonna have to actually get the analysis from Digital Foundry, other people, to see what they did. The textures in the actual like Pokemon textures and the human textures in the game are actually okay. What's not so good is the the textures on like the ground, the mountains, stuff like that. So David V with the Lucky 7.
Sup, OJ? How's your day today?
Good.
Pretty excited for the Switch too.
Yes, sir.
Going back to Tears of the Kingdom and Scarlet and Violet when I get the console, slightly smiling face.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dude, there's so many games that I want to try out and play. It's like exciting as heck, dude. It's exciting. Yo, Justin with the oh no, hold on, that's the Unoburos. Blast.
What did you think of the DYKG video? I thought it was alright, just a little weird that they ignored the others raising their prices too.
Yeah, you know what?
Also, the comments were so exhausting on that video. Lol.
I didn't read all the comments because I knew that they would be. I did watch the Did You Know Gaming video on like the price hikes could hurt Nintendo or could cost Nintendo big time. And I do think that it's like a fair assessment. And I let him know like, hey, look, I think that, you know, it's a well done. I think it's a well done video. And he responded, he just said, okay, thanks on Twitter. But the problem with that video is that video does not actually address the economy, like in terms of how much stuff costs. It doesn't address that. It just says it's expensive. Look, they used to make stuff that was cheap and it did better. The gist of the video. They talked about other things and they gave facts and they talked about withered technology and all that. But the funny thing is that Switch 2 is somewhat of the withered technology type thing. It really is. The problem though is that technology is not going down in cost. So the Switch 1 is still $300, $350. The Steam Deck LCD is still $400. It's still the same price. Nothing's going down. That tech that's even from 2021, 2022, that tech is still expensive if you're trying to make a hybrid platform. It hasn't got cheaper. Usually in the past with GameCube or with PS2 or with, you know, the original OG Xbox or even with 360 or some of these other systems or whatever, right? Super Nintendo, you could scale things. The technology would get way cheaper. The technology is just as expensive now as it was back then. Ever since COVID threw everything for a loop, and the technology that we have today for HD graphics, for high fidelity and all that, it has not went down. You can make it just hasn't went down in terms of hybrid technology, what you have to pay to get it. So that's the only thing that I would say that I had an issue with the video, is that it does not address how there's really nothing they can do. There's really nothing. The Switch OLED is $350. You got to make a system stronger. So should they have made the system barely stronger than the Switch OLED? I don't think so.
Also, why do people act like people who buy a Steam Deck are buying the 64 GB one?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the only issue that I had with that, is that it didn't actually address the fact that it's economy and that it's the fact that the technology for hybrid, you know, like to make a system better, is not going down. They used the withered technology philosophy. They didn't use 2024, 2025 tech. They used 2020, 2021 type tech. So the tech is already a number of years old, but that's how much it costs. Like, they didn't blow it out of the water in terms, like, it's not like a ROG Ally X. It's not gonna be like these like the Steam Deck 2 or these next generation AMD. They're not using that technology. They're using technology from 2021-ish or so, right? So what are you supposed to do? And the Switch 2 isn't vastly overpriced in terms of the cost for the components compared to how much they're charging for it. It's not. It's probably about even based off of what we know, or it's a slight profit, or about even, or maybe even a slight loss. So that's the only thing that I would say. It's like, oh, that's going to cost them, but what do you want them to do? Make a system barely stronger than the Switch 1? What's the point of making another system then? You might as well just, if you're going to make a system barely stronger than Switch 1, then you might as well just not make a system. Just ride this Switch out till eternity. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there wasn't really any solution for that outside of, it's going to cost them potentially because shit in the past used to be old, you know, or used to be cheap. Now it's not, you know, so that's the only thing that I'd say. Outside of that, they made their point very well. Yeah, outside of that, they actually made their point very, very well. So I commended them on that. Yeah, I commended them on that one. Shout outs, though. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you for the multiple donos today, man. You are definitely the Hokage here. So let's get you up on the board as well with the, I think it's 33. So shout outs, and also 20 on there. Shout outs.
Lol, I think why someone call you gotcha YouTuber cuz NP says you often just look for gotchas and only stick to one point during debates. Not sure what's wrong with that. Today I told NP Alex, responded to his debate request, and NP watched the clip too.
MP, someone call you gotcha YouTuber because MP says you often just look for gotchas and only stick to one point during the debate. Not sure what's wrong with that. I told MP Alex. Alex responded to his debate request, and MP watched the clip too. Yeah, once again, it's not even about gotchas. Like, there is no gotcha. Listen, we debated the topics. We put out the topics that we were going to debate about. I told him beforehand, I said, hey, I'm going to ask you questions based off of what you said about me. Okay? So it's not a gotcha. It's literally questioning you what you said. So if I can question you and you don't know what you're talking about in terms of debate topics, then that's not my problem. Don't get got. You know what I'm saying? Like, funny how I didn't get any caught in any gotcha debate, things like that. And I'd embrace that. If somebody wants to bring a gotcha or says that I contradicted myself, feel free to bring it to the table. But we all said, hey, look, I said, I am going to talk to you. I'm going to ask you a few questions about what you've said about me. Whether you think it's a gotcha moment or whatever the case is, that's irrelevant. What the point is that he agreed to do the debate. He agreed to take questions on the stuff that he says about me. So my issue with him was he's full of shit. So therefore, I am going to call him out on the stuff to where I think that he's full of ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you want to call it a gotcha and I stick to that, that was my questions. The other stuff that he wanted to debate, to me, was almost irrelevant. I didn't have a problem with him saying the $80 Mario Kart. I agreed with him. I didn't have a problem with, I think, one of the other things that he said in terms of the game key cards. I agreed with him. I only had a problem with him lying. So if you want to talk about gotcha, no, I'm calling this dude out for being a liar, and I said it in the stream. He's a liar and he's disingenuous. That's what I called him on. And I called him out pretty damn well, in my opinion. So, nah, like, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about him lying. Not gotcha moment. Dude, stop lying, and then nobody will have to call you out for being a liar. That's the problem with people in today's day. People lie, then they get mad when they get called out for being a liar. Like, why are you gonna lie, then get mad when somebody calls you out for being a liar and questions you, why are you lying? Like, here's what you said, tell me why I'm this. Yeah, it's a gotcha. Who gives a damn? Stop lying. Stop lying and you won't get caught on the gotcha then. Moron. Let's see here. Gloria with the $10 says, that sounds like BS, OJ. Ignore him. Yeah, like, I'm not doing any more debates or anything like that because these people are freaking idiots. I'm not doing any more. We're doing the Switch 2 launch, so that's really what matters, you know? Let's see here. It sounds like he's a liar. Then I probably saw Alex clip. Alex doesn't want to debate. He's clearly afraid using the soundboard as a shield. I don't care about Alex. I don't care about that. He clearly doesn't want to, so I don't really care. I don't know why you keep bringing him up. I already told you a million times that guy's a bum. I don't care. He can do whatever he wants. I'll do what I want. Let's see. The only thing I'm bummed out about is not going to be waiting in line at midnight. Big deal, but I enjoy the part of the process. Yes, sir. Let's see. I can't wait for more Tomodachi life. Living the dream. Yes, sir. Let's go. Trying to make the Kendrick and Drake situation. Kendrick and Drake situation. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful to Kendrick and Drake, whoever it is in terms of that. There is nobody that I've talked about here or that we've debated against that is anywhere near what you would call Kendrick or Drake in any way, shape, or form. That is absolutely disrespectful to Kendrick Lamar and Drake. That is completely disrespectful to those two gentlemen. Heck, even comparing myself, that's also would be disrespectful to them. But I'm significantly closer than any of those bums that we've talked about before. Okay, let's just say that right now. I'm significantly closer. I'm still incredibly far away and nowhere in the stratosphere of Kendrick Lamar or Drake, but I'm definitely significantly closer than any of those bums that we've talked about so far. So that's disrespectful. Let's see here. I hope I get my coin from Best Buy. Yes, sir. That's disrespectful to Machine Gun Kelly. That's disrespectful to Eminem. Hell no, they ain't close. Guys, listen, none of us are close to anybody like any type of music celebrity or anything like that. There ain't nobody close to that here that does YouTube. There's nobody that does YouTube that's close to Kendrick Lamar or Eminem or Machine Gun Kelly or maybe Mr. Beast. That might be the only guy. Maybe Mr. Beast, maybe a few people, but there's barely anybody. In terms of Kendrick, there's probably nobody that's anywhere near the level of Kendrick Lamar in terms of popularity. On a YouTuber, no. Mr. Beast would be the only person that I can think of, but even that, like, nah, that's still not the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still not the same. When other celebrities look at Mr. Beast, they don't look at him as somebody that's like lit, like Kendrick or something. They look at him like, oh, he's a YouTuber that just got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? That got popular and got a lot of money. Like, I'm guarantee you, celebrities watch those Mr. Beast videos looking like, what the hell is this crap? Like, I guarantee you they do, because they make movies. You know what I'm saying? They make real movies. I've been around celebs before. I know how they talk about other celebs. And trust me, I know how they probably talking about Mr. Beast. Like, okay, yeah, this guy just made a bunch of money off of a bunch of weirdo kids watching YouTube. He didn't act. He didn't, you know, he didn't dunk a basketball. He wasn't out there playing against LeBron James or Tom Brady. Trust me, that's how they probably look at this dude. Let's see here. So yeah. Machine Gun Kelly can't rap, can't sing, can't rap, can't play musical instruments. It's cringe to see him try. You know, I'm gonna disagree with that. I think Machine Gun Kelly is actually a solid rapper. I think he's not the greatest rapper. Obviously, he's not one of the greatest rappers of all time, but I think he's talented enough, in my opinion. He's not, like I said, he's not incredible, but he's not bad. I think he's okay. Let's see here. How much to end Monado debate crusade? I don't know, Dank. I don't know what Monado keeps pushing, man. He keeps pushing for this debate. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing no more debates. I'm not responding to any weirdo robot YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Grifting and starting to grift. Obviously, it's a grift now that we expose that. You know, I'm not responding to nobody like that. Listen, let me tell you guys. And I was going to say this one more time. Listen, these dudes wake up ass hurt and upset, angry every single day, looking for clips to be mad about and yell. This is called depression in YouTube form. This is literally the form of depression for a lot of these guys. And I don't want to sit here and make light of depression because, you know, it's a serious problem. But I'm telling you right now, waking up and being angry and yelling and finding clips to dookie on another YouTuber every single day, it just seems to me like it's exhausting. It's weird as hell. And it seems like a waste of time. I'd rather spend that time talking about stuff that I love, games that I love, stuff that I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my time talking about another grown man. How you 35 years old sitting here making multiple videos, calling people fanboys? That just seems like weird, low testosterone energy, in my opinion. That just seems like weird, never touch the lady energy, or definitely the lady is not the highest of qualities. Let's just say that, because I don't know what lady, if I was doing that, my wife would slap the hell out of me, and I'd probably get divorced. If she saw what I was doing for the amount of views and money they're getting, if my wife saw that, I'd get divorced. If she saw me doing crap like that for the views that they get, couple 10,000, 20,000, 30, for that's it. And if you were making millions, then okay, I get that. But for a couple thousand views, that's called a divorce right there, fam. That ain't worth that type of weirdness, in my opinion. Completely weird. It's so super weird. Now, like I said, if you're making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, then okay, you know, then it's worth it. But for what? For that? That just sounds weird, man. I said my wife would straight up leave me. So Tim Brown really want you two to debate, but MP assumes you two are just gonna shout each other out, which I doubt it. I think MP just wants to see comedy. I'm not debating anybody, man. It's all good. Like I already offered. He said no, so we moving on. OJ, give some legit, genuine takes. I did not have him respecting MGK's rap game on my bingo card. Yeah, I think he's solid. I've listened to his music before, his raps. I think he's actually okay. Like I said, I don't think he's the greatest rapper in the world, but I don't think he's like terrible. And he only changed genres because everybody, like Eminem, body bagged him so hard, at least with the whole industry connects and clicks and stuff like that, that he had to change genres. He had to switch it up, you know? There's more money in the other games anyway. I mean, if you do country and electric punk and rock, there's more money in that than rap. Rap make money, but rap makes money in really weird, funny ways. You know, rap doesn't make money like country makes money, or you know, rock makes money. Like, it don't make money like that. Rap is very, very, very different to make money. You can make a lot, but you got to be real goofy. The rap game is goofy as hell. So I can see why he just said screw it. There's no point. I can sing, I can play a guitar, I can dance, I can do whatever else. I'll make plenty of money doing something else. So I can see why he left. Look, who else? Post Malone. A lot of people leave. They do something. Beyonce. What is she doing? Country music too. Everybody. What's that one guy that sings Betty? That guy, the tall dude, Young Gravy or whatever. He does country too now. Like, he used to rap, right? Or he was a rapper. He does country as well. So it ain't. It's the logical move to make for a lot of these guys. Let's see here. What metrics backup saying what? Didn't have a positive impression of MGK. Then I saw him on a podcast. He seems like a good dude. I mean, yeah, I don't know about his character. I've heard him talk and seem like that. I don't know about his character. I don't know about all that. But yeah. Dude is good enough to get a record deal and recognition, so he's doing something most people ain't doing. Yeah, it's not easy. Young Gravy. There you go. Young Gravy. Rap make money from tours and endorsements? Sure they do. But you can make a lot more money from doing country. You can make a lot more money from doing country shows, man. I'm telling you. Like I said, ask Post Malone. Ask Post Malone how much money he making now compared to before. Guarantee you he's making a lot more money now touring and doing country than he did doing his rap game. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. Let's see, OJ. You came prepared to the debate, bro. Anger, however, just came. Yeah. Once again, it's all good. Let's see, I'm very excited for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You think Sword and Shield needs to upgrade too? I mean, it would be nice if Sword and Shield got an upgrade. Yeah, I'd actually like that. Let's see here. But thank you, Gloria, for the $10 dono as well. Appreciate that. Also, Cool Rips with the $1.99 says Nelly and Tim McGraw peak country rap. That was pretty good. I remember that country rap. Nelly, Tim McGraw stuff back in the day. Yeah, that was pretty cool too. That was pretty cool. I don't like country though, but I mean, I was about to say I respect it, but that'd be a lie. I'll say this: I respect their hustle and what they do to perfect their craft. Do I respect the music overall? Not really. I don't care, to be honest. So I mean, if you want my honest opinion, I actually don't care. But I respect what they do in their craft to get good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect that, but I don't care. So yeah. Young Gravy, I much prefer Old Gravy. Ew, Old Gravy? Oh yeah, am I able to use my profile on my old Switch to switch to? I leave my old Switch at work, but I still have access to my game library. Of course you can, Magnew. All you got to do is transfer over your profile and you good. So yeah. Let's see, DMC was doing rock in the 90s? DMC was doing rock in the 90s? DMC? I'm pretty sure. The DMC, I think the first game came out in 2000, if I'm not correct, right? The DMC one? Devil May Cry release date, if I'm not correct. Yeah, August 3rd, 2001. That was not 90s. That was 2001 for DMC. Let's see here. I'm tired. Gonna lay down and listen. Probably knockout. Hey, take it easy, Ryder Z. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. He meant Run DMC. I thought you meant Devil May Cry. You meant Run DMC, the music. Okay, the rap group. Yeah. Rock This Way. You know, yeah, that was back in the 80s. That was back in the 80s. That wasn't 90s. That was 80s. Run DMC. That was 80s. Like Rock This Way. Talk. I think that was 80s. Yeah, he meant Run at DMC, not just DMC. Walk This Way. That was with Aerosmith. And Run DMC release. That was 1986, July 4th, 1986. Aerosmith and Run DMC. Walk This Way. It was on, and they did like rock and rap and all that stuff. So yeah, 80s, mid 80s. Let's see here. LeBron. What up, everyone? This time I had to let's see here. I just had to wager on Monado. The gaming community is almost too toxic to participate. I mean, there's good areas to find. Like, you find a good community. You can find a good community like this one where we hitting the combo breaks and all that, over 100 as well. Yo, let's go. We hitting that overclocks. We out here. You find a good community.
Overclock Buster.
That's out here with the overclock busters and all that. You know, you're good. But yeah, like, obviously there's a lot of toxic people online. There's a lot of clout chasing and toxic people online, you know, and liars online. I don't know. Sometimes my mouth gets me in trouble because I call out people lying and they don't like that, you know. So sometimes I gotta put a sock in my mouth at times so I don't get I don't get in trouble don't get in trouble with people, man. But yeah, I'm learning. I'm doing my best to make sure. But yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem overall. So yeah. Weirdest collab since rock and wrestling. Yes, sir. Thou shalt not mention that name over here, CBH, for God. Until the case is over. Let's see here. Yo, Aries EMS with the valuable items. 5 gifted members. Hey, yo, guys, we are almost back at 500. Can we get back to 500 members? Let's go before the Switch 2 launch. Hey, yo, thank you so much, Aries EMS. Appreciate that, Aries EMS. Let's go. Thank you for the 5.
I rewatch your take about DYKG.
Okay.
I agree with you too about the video is a fair assessment.
Yeah.
But I will also say the conclusion is kinda sus. It seems as if DYKG knows better than Nintendo.
Mm.
And the maybe Nintendo needs to be humble again is Seuss too lol.
Yeah. I mean, once again, that's just personal opinions. Like, being humble again.
This
like,
community
you
is
know,
not only good, it's great.
I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get some of the stuff. I guess, like, yeah, welcome tour, maybe having that in there, being humble again with some of their stuff. Like, I get that, but that's just like a personal thing because they're not happy with some of the prices, right? In terms of the price of the system, though, the price of the system is accurately priced. Price of the games and stuff, you can say maybe they need to be humble a bit more. Obviously, he brought up the stuff like with the Nintendo Selects and things like that. So, I mean, I completely get where he was coming from in terms of what he was saying and all of that. Like, I completely get it. But once again, it does leave out a lot of context with inflation. It doesn't actually factor in from what, I mean, unless somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't actually factor in inflation. It doesn't actually factor in the cost of products in today's day. It doesn't factor in that Nintendo doesn't lay off people. It doesn't factor in all of these things, you know what I'm saying, that kind of play a part into maybe how they would make their decisions or whatever the case is, compared to obviously Microsoft and Sony and many other gaming companies have let go of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people overall. So you also have to factor in so many other things that he just didn't factor in, you know, which is fine. That's okay, you know.
What are you talking about, bro? We the most wholesome community in the world. So good that Nintendo didn't like us for trying to take their family-friendly image from them. They even shut down our dating app.
Well, that wasn't real.
I just wanted to smash my bros. Pensive face.
Yo, thank you for the $3 Melee fan. Shout out to Cybertoast with the $5 as well, since this community is not only good, it's great. Yo, let's go. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's get some Melee music going here. Melee trophy music. Let's get some Melee trophy music for the awesome community of Super Smash Brothers Melee. Oh man, let's go. I haven't picked up a case yet. I know what he means. They probably think it's better for Switch 2 to fail so Nintendo could be humble again. Remember, despite Nintendo, best Nintendo. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they want them to fail. That's detrimental to their channel. Yeah, I don't think they want them to fail. I wouldn't go that far. Let's see. I know so yeah, I want to go that far. It's weird that people think all of a sudden Nintendo was all about profits when they barely sold consoles at a loss for decades. Yeah, I do think that, like I said, it's subjective, right? But they've always been all about like profits. I mean, it's always been that way. I mean, the Yamauchi era, you saw that, bro. They've always been that way. So it's always, but it's not just about that. It's also about providing a great, you know, an experience for users. It's also about providing a lot of different things. Just like all these companies, they all have to balance between providing, you know, like, you know, great value, or providing what they think is good value or great products, and actually making money, you know. Otherwise, if you don't, you end up with what happens like with Microsoft and Sony and with many other third-party developers. You end up with a ton of layoffs. If you don't balance that out with profits and what you're doing and game reviews and sales and all that, you're just going to end up letting people go at the end of the day, which is very unfortunate, you know, which is very unfortunate. Yo, shout out to Justin and Caitlin with the 3.
Guardians of Azuma is sounding very good.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty excited for it.
Sounding pretty good. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about that because that was one of the things, like, where I said with Guardians of Azuma, where I just don't like people lying. You know, like, one of the things that, like, some media, you know, the insider gaming thing was, like I said, no problem with them not being excited or whatever the case is, but they're like, yeah, there's only one new game, Mario Kart. It's like, no, that's not true. They're like, everything else came out on other systems. No, that's also not true. Like, Guardians of Azuma did not come out on other systems beforehand. Fast Fusion did not come out on other systems beforehand. Bravely Default was literally only stuck on the Nintendo 3DS. Split Fiction literally just came out. So it's like, they just, like I said, there's like a lot of cat with some of the stuff that they say, which is why, like I said, I called it out, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Let's see, new 007 game reveal this week. Yes, sir. New this week. Let's get it. The excitement is real this week. Yes, sir. It is. Have you played the game Hip Hop Dance Experience? Nah, I haven't. Shout outs to Justin though. Appreciate another dono, man. We out here tonight. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Let's hit you with the 36? I think you've done more than that, Justin. But either way, I can't count. It's okay. Let's go. Shout outs, guys. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all. Let's go. Just a couple more days, man. Couple more days. Hey, why do we have Welcome Tour? Don't forget that. Yeah, there's also Welcome Tour. I mean, it is kind of like a game, but that should have been an included pack-in. I mean, that's true. There is Welcome Tour. I mean, it's better than 1-2 Switch. I mean, 1-2 Switch was $50 for that game. You know, so like that should have probably been. Maybe that should have been. Actually, I don't agree that should have been a pack-in because that game's not very good. I don't think you pack in a game that's like trash like that. So I think Welcome Tour should have been a pack-in because that game actually looks kind of fun, but it's giving you a welcome to the system. So it should have just been packed in as like a free little tech demo mini game thingy, right? To learn more about the system. But yeah, like I rather if I was gonna buy a game, I'd rather buy Welcome Tour than 1-2 Switch, because like 1-2 Switch was also like, hey, here's all the features of the system of the Joy-Cons, right? You can, you know, ice and different like hide and seek mini, like all sorts of little stuff that to get you let you know how to use the Joy-Con or what the Joy-Con can be used for, right? So yeah, but if I was gonna pick, but yeah, it should have just been a pack-in my opinion. Let's see here. Can you play Mario Kart World Theme? Yes, I can. I'll play it right after this Melee music's done. Mario Kart World Theme. Mario Kart World Theme. My thoughts on Xbox sidelining their handheld. It makes sense because they're doing the ROG Ally thing and they're doing their next gen big handheld or next gen big system as well. So it makes sense that they would sideline that for right now. Every gaming company has greed problems. PC gamers have a problem with $80 games from Nintendo if they buy $2,000 consoles or PCs. They call Nintendo greedy. I mean, once again, that's why I don't really take what they have to say seriously. They'll spend their money where they feel it's worth it. We can spend our money where we feel it's worth it. That's why we shouldn't be pocket watching. That's the thing that I would say is like, I don't know why people pocket watch like that. You buy what you want to buy, I'll buy what I want to buy. You know, that's just really what it comes down to at the end of the day, you know? Let's say, have you heard to own all accessories to 100% own all accessories to 100% welcome tour? I saw Obi say something like that, but like I said, we'll wait and see when the actual system comes out and see like what you can do otherwise. But yeah, I heard about that, but let's wait and actually see before we start saying it. You need all this and this and this. You probably don't, or you might not. Let's see here. Microsoft needs to focus on the OS, combining Steam into it. Yeah. It's interesting that some are saying that there's no hype surrounding Switch 2 from their experience so far. Yeah, the people who don't like Nintendo and the people who don't play the Switch. If you play the Switch, which there's like millions of people who play the Switch, then you're excited. You're excited for the backwards compatibility updates. You're excited for the new games. You're excited for the Donkey Kong and all that. You know what I'm saying? You're excited for Mario Kart, or you're excited for Metroid. You're excited for Pokemon. If you like Nintendo games, then you're excited. If you don't, and you like just one game like Mario or something like that, or you're just a seasonal Nintendo fan, like, then yeah, like, you're probably not excited. But once again, just be honest. Just say, hey, look, I don't really like Nintendo that much. I don't play it. And, so it's not really for me. But, have fun. That's all you got to say. Like, that's it, That's all you got to say. You don't got to act like you're some type of concerned fan that isn't getting anything that they want. It's like, like I said, that's weird. So, yeah. It's interesting that's, so, yeah, shout outs, though. This also reminded me a decade ago, there were so many gaming channels run by a group of YouTubers like, I think that Did You Know Gaming? But many channels now are gone and many just solo. Remember Ninbuzz? I don't remember Ninbuzz. What was all that about? Actually, if I saw their video, I maybe watched one of their videos, but I don't remember them. Deported with the $2 says, I'm pocket watching Dreamcast guy since I funded his grill. Oh man, yeah, there's that. Yeah, there's that. You go pocket watch that one. I meant they're not seeing ads or marketing. They're not seeing ads or marketing. There's ads and marketing all over the place. There's already TV commercials. They did the Times Square stuff. They did the Walmart stuff. There's ads and commercials everywhere. I saw ads on ESPN. On the ESPN, what's it called? On the ESPN app. Or not the app, but on the website before the Pacers game. So there's ads on there too. Let's see here. I had a question. If I buy Nintendo Switch game and get digital upgrade for Switch 2, can I play the same game on Switch 1 and Switch 2, or just Switch 2? You can play the same game, but it's really going to be it's based on your profile, so it's tied to your profile. It's not tied to the system. It's tied to your profile, so you can play it on wherever your profile is. Let's see here. I can't believe that bum did a... Oh, okay, yeah, it's all... Hey, look, I know not everyone's gonna like it. Their excuse for pocket watching others is always, I'm saying this for the consumer. Yeah, right. Justin with the $3.
Switch 2 stuff all over my Walmart.
Yeah, there's like I said, I don't know. There's print marketing, there's ad marketing, there's the Famitsu marketing, there's all the game coverage. There's plenty of marketing, and they're gonna find, like I said, we're gonna see We're gonna see very soon. We don't even gotta sit here and act like where's it at. Trust me. Oh, there'll be plenty of people with one. You know what I'm saying? There'll be plenty. People just talking ish. Word of mouth will keep cause FOMO. The games, really, man. The games are gonna be what makes it where people are really excited and people pick it up. Let me get the Mario Kart World theme for my man Party Man though. Let's go. Shout outs. Thank you so much, Mr. Party Man. Cybertorch with the $5 dono and says there are ads everywhere, both physical and digital. Walmart literally has their metal post covered with Mario stuff. Yeah. It's all good though.
People need to stop being fake and be truthful.
Yeah.
I can say with a straight face that I don't like Nintendo. And it's the truth. Because I love Nintendo. LMAO.
Yeah, just be honest, man. Like, I'm honest. Like, when it comes to Xbox, like, I like their systems, but I'll sit there and say, hey, man, their games, it hasn't really been doing it for me. I don't play it very much. If they release this next Microsoft system, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm super excited and, oh, well, they're just not releasing what I want. No, bro, I'm not that excited, man. I'm not, because there ain't nothing that I don't have any hype going into it, because I don't play their games like that. I don't have to make excuses. Have I bought a ton of Microsoft stuff? Have I played the Xbox series at some point? Sure. But I'm not going to sit here and go online and bash or sit here and act like I'm some type of, you know, fan that's playing everything from Xbox. I was watching a Kid Smooth video the other day, and he's a big Xbox guy, and I just enjoyed it for what it was. I don't gotta go to the comment section and say, "Well, I don't play my Xbox." You know, I go there, I see what he says. Okay, he's excited for whatever, although he's still upset with some of the things, and then I leave. Or I watch Marlin Gaming Nation. I don't really play any of Sony's first party games as much. I don't like them as much as what they used to be, but I don't go there and be like, I'm not excited for what they're... I just play whatever, what's there, but I don't sit here and lie and fake it to these people, man. When something comes out that's lit, I'll play. When Returnal came out, I liked Returnal. I thought it was good. I play. If it's not, it's not, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm some type of super fan of Sony's first party strategy. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not going to sit here and act like it and try to act like, no, it's, you know, I'm just being completely neutral on. Bro, I don't like it as much. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't have to act like if there was something else, all of a sudden you'd be super excited. You don't play the system as much. Just be real. Stop lying. Let's see. Not sure if you mentioned it in the video or anyone, but my local GameStop told me you have to come in between 3 or close before midnight to get a ticket in order to get it midnight. Do you have one pre-ordered already? I don't know about that. You know. Let's see. Did you see what happened with the guy who voiced John Redcorn? Yes, I did see I did see what happened. Sorry. Yeah, that's definitely sad. You're an adult. Most of the games are mentally ill. Games don't look at the beginning, can never grow up. An adult. Most of the gamers here are they're mentally
We're
ill.
Watching out for other people's money.
Okay.
OJ. We're here to make sure everyone doesn't spend a lot of money on stuff that they don't need.
Okay.
Now talking about stuff people don't need.
Okay.
OJ, how much money did you spend on that sword behind you?
Yeah, I spent the
I have really enjoyed the Dragon Quest games I played this Switch generation. Do you think they will bring over 8? I heard it's really good.
Yeah, 8's pretty good. 8's pretty good. League of Pocket Watchers. You need to stop being we can't have a whole League of Pocket Watchers. Before I get to what Justin says, we can't have a whole League of Pocket Watchers. We already have a whole league of morons on Twitter that do that already. But then if we had an organized pocket watching league, that would be insane. Listen, guys. Listen, let me tell you guys something. I saw on Twitter and then on YouTube a debate, an 8-hour debate. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I scrolled through it and I watched an 8-hour debate, or I saw an 8-hour debate with someone. It was a PlayStation dude versus like a PC Xbox guy. And sometimes you need to just realize that some of these people, like, crayon up the nose, like, as a kid, like, just, and like, even as maybe like an adult, or potentially as like a junior, like, crayon in nose, in ear, like, you know, the shapes, like a square or a triangle, they didn't know which one to put it in. Like, you just, like, so I need to do better myself. Like, that's something that I'm really going to try to work on, man. Because some of these people, this is who you're arguing with. I've seen this guy that debated with this other guy, this Porto Rock guy. I've seen him debating and arguing with people all on Twitter. And then he gets into debate and, like, bro, you know? And then also my debate recently with Prime. Bro, like, it's not even worth the time. It's not even worth the time with a lot of these people. There are things, there are issues, okay? There are issues. So yeah, man. There are issues. There are issues. Justin with the 3. Yeah, if they release Dragon Quest would be good. Dragon Quest would be really good. Dragon Quest 8 would be really good. So, would be really, really, really good. And guess who? I mean, listen. And guess who that guy that I said crayon and nose potentially, where he just got bodied? But guess who he watches? Take a guess on what type of content he watches. Take a guess. People who lie, grift, try to call me out, try to call people out. Like, he watches that, and that's where his views come from complete morons on YouTube. That's exactly where these people. So we just, at some point, we just gotta just let these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let them be amongst themselves. Let them process of elimination, or like Darwin's theory, or whatever I'm saying. Like, let's let them completely, you know, destroy each other. Cause I might need to check, bro. I gotta check out. I'm cashing out. So Switch 2's coming out, guys. I'm gonna be working on content. I ain't doing no stupid debates with people with fake robots and weirdos and crayon nosers. You know, fanboy, that's fine. But crayon nosers, we're just crayon nosers. I ain't doing no debates with crayon nosers, bruh. We ain't doing that. You know, like, or miss the shapes. You know. Missing the shapes. Can't put the shape in the right slot. We're not with crayon. I'm not doing that no more with crayon nosers, bruh. Can't define what brainwashing is. Can use it, but cannot define what it is, bruh. The crayon in the nose. I heard on the radio that some colleges are offering free adulting classes to help prepare kids to be on their own. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So let's see here. PlayStation, my pre-order is in paid for. The ticket thing just might store basis. Someone mentioned GameStop. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Cyber Torch with the $5 dono. Thank you so much, Cyber Torch. I appreciate that.
Okay, but how much was that Monado behind you? And how many miles on it? Let me know if you want to make a deal. I can take it off your hands.
Man, you know what? I was actually trying to buy a replica Monado sword, and like the prices that I saw online were anywhere from like $100 and something to about $300 to $400. So I was actually thinking about copping like an actual like replica, like 3D printed Monado sword. I kind of want one, you know. I kind of want one. Let's see here. Yeah, recommend check to be safe. Check in at midnight. Call your store ahead of time, and they'll let you know. They'll let you know the deal. Let's go. Combo breaks though. 8 elite ninjas away from 500. Yo, let's go. Exclamation mark member. Let's get 8 new elites as well. Has gaming always been this political? Have y'all ever thought over the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo's back in the day? It's just that we have access to more like media now, so people just bring up everything. But I don't really see it that way. Me. I got a Monado. Yo, shout out. Where'd you get yours from? Is it really high quality, party man? Sounds about right. I was looking at the Master Sword replicas for the same price. Yeah. I was looking at some. I kind of want a Master Sword replica too. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty dope as well. Hello, mate. Midnight launch tomorrow here in Australia. Hey, let's go. Shout out to Australia, Henry. Let's go. I just got back from work, so I'm catching up with the stream. Hey, shout out Style Boys. 8-hour debate. Oh, what? How to fail to push in the first party to their platforms generation. I watched the 8-hour debate, and like half of it was the dude's Wi-Fi cutting out, him stumbling over his words, him not knowing the sales numbers of things. Like, he didn't know how much the PS1 sold. Like, he didn't know half the stuff that he was talking about. So once again, when you're uninformed on a lot of things, it's based off of who you watch. A lot of you guys that watch me, not everybody, but a lot of you guys, because you watch, or maybe because you know before, but because you guys are into news or you guys are into actual facts, you know, you guys are into having fun. Obviously, we'll play around and all that stuff like that, but you guys don't like false information being pushed. Like, that's the one thing that I've noticed about my chat. If I make a mistake, and if it's, especially if it's a regular, I will be instantly corrected by somebody. A lot of these gaming grifters and these, they don't get instantly corrected by people. They just allow them to keep speaking. Yeah, like they just allow them because it's a clown show. You know what I'm saying? But me, if I make a mistake in terms of number, I get instantly corrected by Dank or by Party Man or by Dior, or somebody instantly corrects me because you guys like facts. Or, I mean, Justin has before, or Cyber Taurus. I'll get instantly fact checked, okay, if it's something that I'm off on. But a lot of these other people, they'll just be like, no, just be a bunch of jackasses inside of a stream sitting there and just giggling, you know? So, like, that's the problem that we have with a lot of people, you know? And that's what it devolves into, people going after those who actually look at the truth or who actually seek the truth and are not super emotional about something because they like Nintendo or Microsoft or Sony or whatever, you know? But it is what it is. Players, whoever said if you don't like Nintendo Switch 2 is not the truth, is not. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Thomas. I bought a Monado keychain this year. Funny, Monado, because I'm bag required to get another check. Showed a Monado keychain, Japanese lady. She let me go. Oh, okay, cool. That's good stuff. Oh, I missed your last super chat. Oh, my bad. It was sandwiched in between two other ones. Deported with the $2 says they need to be pocket watching completionists, though. They were pocket watching completionists. The funny thing, though, is I actually watched the video about Carl Jobs and how they treated the completionists. And while I do agree that there's definitely some stuff that he did wrong, there's a video that came out and said, wait a minute here, hold up. They actually kind of low-key, Carl Jobs kind of low-key messed up some of the completionist stuff as well, too. Mudahar and Carl Jobs kind of messed that up as well. And basically he was talking about, it was a combination with Carl Jobs losing his lawsuit against Billy Mitchell. And it kind of combined some of the blunders with how he treated the Billy Mitchell situation with how he treated the completionist situation. So it kind of gave me a little bit of a new perspective on the completionist situation, you know? So yeah. Let's see here. Let me make sure that I'm very clear about that. I'm not talking about the PlayStation guy. I'm talking about the Xbox guy that was sitting there bumbling, dumbling, fumbling, mumbling, you know what I'm saying? Like rumbling, bumbling, stumbling all over himself. It was not the PlayStation guy. The PlayStation guy definitely console wars and does some stuff like that, but he at least tries to be factual, so I can give Porto Rock, I think that's his name, I can give him some credit. You know, I don't agree with everything. He probably doesn't agree with everything with me, but you know, I can give him some credit for at least trying to be factual and what he's trying to say and kind of put, okay, just his personal opinion. Hey, look, we can have that, but we got to actually go over the facts. We got to actually go over what the facts are. And that's what a debate is about. A debate is about the facts. What did you say? What did you not say? It is not about I mean, you can make it about your emotions if you want to, but that's not what a debate is about. A debate is about the facts. A lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying, weird robots and stuff like that, the reason why they don't want to debate, a lot of guys, is because they're emotional. Because everything is about their emotion. Everything is about unconfirmed information. Everything is about how they feel and how I want this, it should be this, give me this now, it should be on this, it's based on their emotion. It's not based on anything that's logical. It's based on I want, me, I want. It's not based on facts. It's just based on them being emotional and screaming into a mic about things. It's not. So that's the reason why they don't want to debate, because they're emotional weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're emotional, and I call them weirdos because they're definitely weird. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely act weird towards other people, and they stay being weird. So that's one weirdo, right? So that's the thing about a debate, man. It's got to be about the facts. You know, some people don't like that. Some people like to see people crash out all day, you know, over different things when it comes to Nintendo or when it comes to Microsoft or Sony or whatever the case is. But when it comes to actually talking about features, systems, past, present, that's got to be about facts. Now, if you like to talk about what you like, that's fine. That can be emotion. That can be whatever you like. But you can't be sitting here telling other people that they're wrong when they're not wrong because you're emotional about it, you know?
That debate is proof that Xbox fans are a bunch of Fortniters. I mean Fortniters.
I wouldn't say that all Xbox fans are. Once again, there are definitely a lot of cool Xbox fans that, you know what I'm saying, that are factual. The Iron Lords podcast, you know, they like Xbox and they like to go over the facts. I mean, they have their own personal opinions, but I met those guys and they were very cool. There's lots of other fans too. Randall L. Thor, he's also factual a lot with what he says, but he gives his opinion on what he thinks. So I think that there's plenty of guys that are, you know, it's not everybody. I'm not going to label everybody, just like there are crazy psycho Nintendo fans and there are ones that are not, you know. Or same thing with Sony. There are psycho Sony. There's a walks of life in everything, right? There's different types of people for everywhere. But what I will say is that you can tell who watches the psycho people. You can tell. That debate told me I knew exactly who he watches and who he was and why he has the opinions that he has, because he watches a moron. You know what I'm saying? He watches someone that lies and grifts for content. That's been constantly wrong about PlayStation a lot. Has been constantly wrong about PlayStation. Obviously, now with Switch 2 coming out, he's wrong about Nintendo. And the only reason why I'm bringing it up once again is because, you know, that's just what we're seeing right now. So you gotta have to just tune a lot of these people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta tune it out. I'll say this, you know, I've said it before. I only did that debate just to show you guys a big warning shot. None of these guys at all want the smoke. They saw that debate. That guy got cooked. Absolutely got grilled over rotisserie. So it's over, man. That's done. That was the Eminem kill shot, bro. That was it. That was the choke slam. That was the tombstone pile driver, the rock bottom, the stone cold stunner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the finishing move. It's over. There's no getting back from that. I'm done. You know? For instance, whoever said it, if they don't like Nintendo Switch 2 is not a fact, not the truth. People are allowed to have their opinion. If you don't like Nintendo Switch, you can not like them. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see here. Shout out to the party. Yes, that's interesting for sure. Yes, sir. Puerto Rico's a good dude, just a little Sony blind. Yeah, like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's also he's served in our military, if I'm not correct. So no, I mean, like I said, he said some stuff about me, or I think we've had some things where we go back and forth, but I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think, from what I've seen, I don't think so. You know, I don't got anything negative to say. Let's hear. Shout out to Super Christian Meal with the $3 dono.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Some Xbox fans are actually fucknighters. And I do mean it.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's some for every fan base. There's Nintendo fans, there's Sony fans, there's PC guys that are like, there's lots of, all fan bases can be like that for sure. Shout outs to Aries EMS though. All right, take it easy, Gloria. Thanks for coming out to the stream. We'll see you next time. Yeah. We will see you next time. Rand is a good dude, but Iron Lords are a bunch of goofies, especially King David. King David's definitely a little bit goofy, but like I said, I met them in person. They seem like really fine, outstanding people to me. I met all of them. And I think that they're good people from what I can see. Like I said, I haven't met some of these other guys. You know, there was a time where I did some debates or I did some stuff with some of these guys in the past that are sitting here and calling me stuff. They never called me that to my face, you know, in podcasts that I did with them. So they had nothing to say when I was right in front of them. When I'm not in front of them, they want to call names and all that. But they had the chance to call me that right in front of my face, and that was never said. So like I said, it tells me everything that I need to know about some of these guys. That's it right there, you know. Love the thumbnail, OJ. Very clean. Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you guys like the thumbnails for these streams? What's up, Neo Geo Ryden? What's up, man? Welcome. Yes, sir. 2 more days. Let's go. Every fan base has crazy fans. Oh, yeah. It's 100%. 100%. Where does the Smash community fall in the range of psychos? Smash community is at the top of the list in terms of psychos. The Melee community, to be exact, is at the top of the list. The top of the list is the Melee community. The Melee community / Smash, little bit of Smash Ultimate, or a little bit of Smash, the new Smash, newer, and the Melee community, absolute psychos. Like the TOs in particular, but a lot of the players, just crazy people in my opinion. Like, logic wise, when it comes to certain things, like if you saw them in person, they'd probably be completely fine. But when it comes to certain stuff, absolutely nuts what they did. They allowed this man Hacks to die. They allowed one of their owns to die. They allowed somebody that grew up in the scene as a child, that they've been sitting there as a child, bro, as a little kid, literally going there when he was, what, 13 years old. They allowed that man to die. They allowed that man to die. The Melee community is the worst. They are the absolute worst. And he's been in that community since he was a boy. He should have been like, I can't even, now I'll get over emotional when it comes to stuff like this, but they literally allowed that man to die, and he's been in that community since he was a child, since he was 13 years old. How can you do that to him? How can you do that to Hacks? How can you do that to him? Crazy. Crazy. I've been so disconnected from online discourse lately. I'm so glad. LOL, this sound insane. Yeah, Josie, don't be on there. Yeah, Josie, don't go on there. You're in college. You know what I'm saying? You're about to graduate, you know, or whatever, right? Like, stay away from this. Hang out with your boyfriend, play your games, work on your channel, you know, get into your career, whatever you decide to do. But whatever you do not get into this, because like I said, I'm cashing out. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I did pretty well this past couple months. I ain't gonna lie, did pretty well in terms of what y'all coming through, y'all being awesome, but also videos doing okay, people following me on Twitter, whatever the case is. But like I said, I'm cashing out. Casinos closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got plenty of stuff to do in terms of taking care of the business, and I know that's what you guys are here for. That's why you guys support. Y'all support the business. That's what we support. We support, and the business is taking care of these Nintendo Switch games, these backwards compatibility, the Switch 2 itself. We got to get back to the PE Ultimate, PE Arena. We got to get back to playing games. We got to get back to the membership, driving the memberships. We got to get back to what it was about. We had a little bit of a lull. We had a little bit of fun. We talked a little bit of ish, but now we got to get back to business, and that's going to be the games itself. Now we got to get back on track. You know what I'm saying? Like, back on track. So we getting back on track. We're not really worried about these weirdos. They can let them sit there, let them be mad. Don't matter. Nothing's gonna take our shine and what we doing here. That's one thing that I realized, is that no matter what, since I've been doing YouTube content creation, Josie, anybody else here, since I've been doing content creation, we've always had some punk bleep boys try to sit here, fudge boys trying to sit here and try to take our shine, try to sit here and clout chase. It don't matter. We ain't allowing it. The one thing is that all those guys that have done that, they're done. They stopped doing YouTube. We still here, over 100K. We out here. We still thriving. So that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. We're not worried about nobody else. It's now time to get down to business overall. We had some fun. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't break the bank. I'm just talking about in terms of new subscribers, in terms of people, like I said, people supporting the channel. Like, it wasn't like I'm freaking making $1 million. No, I didn't do that. I'm just saying I did okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I can do this. I can get and be a professional motor mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that. Not like I need to rely upon it, because I don't. I rely upon my videos, you know, overall. But the fact that you guys are here willing to support shows me that I'm actually providing some value, you know what I'm saying, to you guys' lives. Or I'm sitting here and I'm giving you guys a safe space, at least, to sit here and talk about video games, you know, without feeling like you're persecuted or you gotta fight someone. You know what I'm saying? All right, take it easy, Thomas. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Let's see here. Once World drops, I'm just gonna chill and game, rather enjoy the games and have fun. Yes, sir. You can play Switch 2 games, but you cannot play Switch 1 games because I got a Switch 2. You just need day one patch. Yeah, I think we know. Yeah, we know about that, Travis. That's already been detailed already. My body is ready. Yes, sir. Body is ready. Melee is the worst, hands down. Not only that, they defended a noodle arm dude that can't take criticism. Yeah, once again, like with the whole Leffen situation. But yeah, the fact that they let Hacks die like that, like, man, there's not a single person that I've banned on this channel. If they've been here since they were a child and they got banned and they asked me, yo, OJ, please, even if they did the worst thing possible, right? They said, yo, OJ, please, you know, and if I saw that they were having mental problems because they were not part of the community, I would unban them. I don't care what they did. They had to have, the only way I wouldn't is if they like physically hurt somebody, you know what I'm saying? But if there was nothing physical, if it was just them talking or making a video, like, dude, if they truly showed that they were sorry and apologized and made videos, like, there's nothing that would tell me that that person's gonna stay banned. I don't care what they said or what they did. I ain't keeping that person banned. That person would be unbanned because you gotta have a heart. You gotta be a human. We are still humans at the end of the day. I think a lot of these people online don't see each other as humans. They don't see each other as people. That's why they're so quick to dookie on somebody in multiple videos over and over and over and lie and manipulate and try to use stuff that's not actually facts, right? They don't see you as an equal. They don't see you as a normal human being. They just see you as some person online that's against them. Like they see it as some type of like adversary. A lot of these guys, right? Like they just see it as that. And it's just so weird, man. Like, it's just so weird. Like, if you don't like me or you hate me, you want to fight me, let me know. I'll kick your ass. If we can set something up, we can do it. Like, if you don't like me, that's fine. Just tell me you want to fight. We can fight. I'll do it. We got to make sure that there's money involved. I'll do it, though. But if you really don't like me or whatever, if you're that upset or angry, that's cool. I'll knock you out. Just let me know. We put something together. But these people, man, it's crazy, you know? Like, it's just crazy how some of them, they just don't, they treat you like you're like the worst thing in the world, you know? Like, so it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's weird. Super weird. See, the fact that they actually tried to take down Technical Hacks video, even worse. Yeah, they actually take down, like, another person made another video talking about it, and they took down his video too. They took down his video as well. Let's see here. It says OJ has always wanted. I'm just saying, man. Listen, I don't hate nobody else online like that. I'm not gonna sit here and make multiple videos dooking on things 24/7, whatever the play on some another like content creators, like, especially if they're actually saying facts or they just like something. I ain't gonna do that. But if I really had it like that much like disdain for somebody, like, and they offered, sure, you know what I'm saying? But I've offered. People know that I've offered. I said, yo, if you don't want, I mean, let me know. You know what the funny thing is? I actually had one guy actually accept. He was a smaller content creator. I wish I should have saved everything, but he deleted his whole life after. This man challenged me to a fight. I said, okay, 5K. He said, all right, 5K. This was like 4 years ago. Man, he deleted his whole life. He deleted his channel. He deleted his Twitter page. He deleted his Instagram. He deleted everything before I could announce it and everything. He deleted everything, and I got no screen caps on Twitter. He deleted everything because I was about ready to announce, okay, we're gonna have a 5K fight. I was like, okay, drop 2,500. I think he dropped like, he might have dropped some money. I don't remember, but I know he had like, he said he was gonna drop like 500 or something like that. So I was like, okay, he was setting everything up. We were getting PayPal set up, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he just Thanos snapped himself too. He sent a picture of, he was all like, you know, I'm like, he was like 6 foot. What was he, like 6'2"? I was like, it was like, oh, how tall and big are you? I'm like, oh, I'm about 5'9". I'm about 190. He's like, oh, I'm 6'2", you know, 210. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, am I supposed to be scared? He was like, oh, yeah, I'm 6'2". I'm like, no. And I'm like, and you're 6'2". So what? What's the problem, you know? Oh, man. You'll fight 8-Bit Eric. You'll fight 8-Bit Eric. Oh, snap. Yeah, he yeeted himself off the internet, man. So yeah, I was about to set everything up. We were gonna do it probably middle, like Texas or something like that. He was from the East Coast, obviously. I'm here out west. So we were gonna do, yeah, 5K, then another 5K charity. So it would have been like 5K fight. Winner takes the 5K, and then loser also has to pay 5K in the name of the charity. That was what the deal was gonna be. So it was going to be a total of potentially 10K, 15K total. So my 5K, his 5K, winner takes that 5K, and then also loser has to pay another 5K in the charity of that person's choice. So it was going to, and I was going to get it set up. I was going to find a promoter. Let's see if we can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, get a little small ring fight. I had a ring that we can go to in Los Angeles if you didn't want to go, or Texas, either one. You know, I was going to hit up Dreamcast guy. Hey man, let me stay at your place. Let me do a little bit of training at your place. So, but yeah, he just completely deleted his whole. I forgot. Oh my god, I forgot. Damn, that was crazy. Let's see here. Yo, what's up? Just cleaned out my top shelf in the closet, man. Took me 4 hours. Oh man, crazy. Let's go. Justin with the 3.
I was able to order RDS Switch 2 case. It was my favorite Switch case. I'm happy they are making one for Switch 2.
Yes, sir. Let's go, man. Thank you so much. Why would you want to fight 8-Bit Eric, Josie? What would you want to choke him? What happened? Let me know there. Spawncast boxing could go wild. Man, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't even do it for money. I wouldn't even do it for money. I couldn't punch you guys. I couldn't punch my friends like that. I'd be pulling punches and I'd be I couldn't do it. I can't truly hit my friends. Like, even when I've gotten into a physical altercation with people that are my friends, I've never hit a friend of mine full force. I don't think I've ever hit anybody full force. I don't know if I've ever actually put, as an adult at least, I don't think I've ever actually put my full force into anything, because that's dangerous. One, you can hurt yourself, you can hurt your knuckles, you can hurt your, self. And two, you can seriously hurt or kill the person. So once again, I think it's because I did martial arts. The way that you kick people and the way that you punch people, one wrong hit, they could slam their head on something. One wrong hit, man, and they can be done, man. They can be done. So I don't think I've ever actually hit somebody in my adult life full go. It's just too dangerous. Unless you're really, really, really at risk, that would be the only way that you would do that. But I've always felt like I've never needed to fight at full capacity. Like, that just seems like a bad thing to do for me, at least. No, I think we each pick someone outside the cast. Oh, pick someone outside the cast. I know somebody that I picked, but I mean, they won't even talk to me. They won't even. They're too scared. They're too chicken to even sit down and talk. So I doubt they'd actually throw hands. So yeah. I said you would slap me when I went meet 2 years ago. I did say that I would slap you, party man. I did say that I would slap you, and I think you agreed at one point, but you weren't happy about it. I was never gonna slap you, party man. It was a joke. He's a sexist loser. Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about, Josie. Okay, yeah. He be saying all sorts of wild stuff. Yeah. He be saying all sorts of wild stuff. You can always smack RGT around. No, I couldn't. I can't smack none of the homies, man. I can't smack none of the homies. The problem is that I know martial arts. That's the problem. The problem is that I know exactly where to go for, and I know the points. I know grappling. The problem is that I'd probably just not hit them. I'd probably just try to tackle and just make them tap out, right? Like, I'd rather do that than hit someone, to be honest. Like, I'd rather just tackle and just try to choke them and just say, hey, quit. Hey, give up. You know, like, I've done that before. I've had to, certain times I've had to, like, grab someone. They were coming at me. It was like, what was it? I just got back after college, and I was at, like, a bar place, and I remember there was, like, these, it was kind of like, big old buff white guys, in trucks and stuff, and I remember one of them, they were fighting, and he was fighting against, like, a black dude or, like, a dark dude, and all of a sudden, he turned towards me. He was drunk. He thought it was me, and he starts coming at me, and I'm like, oh, black people don't look the same. I'm like, what the heck? So he comes at me, and I'm not drunk, so I dodge, grab his arm, and just put him in like the half Nelson, and I said, chill, it's not me. The other dude comes and starts kicking him, so then the other guys think that we're teaming up, and then they start trying to come on me. I'm like, bro, and I push the guy off, and I'm like, I've got nothing to do with this, and I just kind of get up, and I'm swinging my elbows and just trying to get out of there, but like, I had nothing to do with that. That dude was drunk. He thought he just saw somebody dark and was like, oh, okay, you came at me. I'm like, what the hell? So I didn't hit him, because I would have knocked him out cold. So I just decided to just, like I said, I just dodged, parried. I kind of like did like the little clear obscure, because he came at me, like lunged at me like this, and I just parried him, and I just like grabbed his arm and just put him in a lock, and then just took him down, and he was just like, he was just like, no, you N-word. I'm just like, calm down, Garth Brooks. Calm down with your damn cowboy hat and your boots. Calm down, fam. It ain't that serious. I'm like, calm down. It ain't that serious. I'm not even the one that's trying to fight, bro. Chill. Just drop a $50 dono and you can slap Party Man cart world around it. Yeah, $50 dono. A lot of these anti-woke grifters are sexist for sure. No wonder why Smash JT got sued by Mercante. Yeah, I'm not touching that, man. That's their lawsuit, so it is what it is, all right, grifting loser. Oh, yeah. So no Ludwig chess boxing for you. Ludwig chess boxing. I'll probably knock out Ludwig first. That's the problem. If I was in this, I might take a swing at him first. Oh, yo, shout out to Cyber Taurus. Yo, with the party, man. $50 dono. Hey, yo, let's go.
Here, I'll do it for you, tears of joy.
Yo, this man put the smack it down. Party man. Yo, party man, you can't be getting beat up like this, fam. Like, this is embarrassing, man. Party man, this is embarrassing, bro. Party man getting the beat down. Yo, shout outs to my man, Cyber. Cyber T, we're gonna get you up here on the board, bro, with the big 50. Let's go. Let's go. The classic, in my opinion, is the guy who said he will bet his life that Witcher 3 will never come to the Switch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that guy. That was Doc Trey. That was Doc Trey 81. He said he bet his life. This man just deleted his whole account. I don't know. Is he still around? Maybe he decided to go through. I'm not sure. I ain't seen that guy since. I ain't seen that guy since, fam. I ain't seen him since. I ain't seen him since. I hope he's okay though, for real. No cap though. I hope he's okay. I hope he's okay. Snap. Let's see here. Shout outs to Josie though. Thanks for coming through to the stream, young lady. Why did Walmart triple charge anyone tonight? They declined because this whole 1,300 in their account for Switch 2. I'm not sure what's happening, Joby1 Kenobi. I'm not sure what's going on there, fam. I ain't sure what's going on there. Yo, we out here though. My man, Cyber Taurus with the 50s. All right, party man. I'm gonna have to give you a little smack, bruh. I'm gonna have to give you one. Shout outs to Elements 11 RMK. Yo, with the tune in tier pledge. Hey yo. Hey, thank you so much. Yo, my man, Cyber Taurus. Yo, we out here. Yo, shout outs. Elements 11 RMK. Let's go. I'm praying y'all back to these beatdowns of Mario Kart. Party man's like, I'm gonna beat you guys down in Mario Kart. Gonna have that Dreamcast guy thumbnail. Shout out to Dreamcast guys. Care to share the masses by Metroid Prime 4? I'm just playing around. Shout out to Dreamcast guys. The thumbnails are great. Care to share why the masses why Metroid Prime 4 Beyond being at launch wouldn't be good overall for the variety? Care to share why? I think it'd be overshadowed. Metroid Prime has never been good in terms of sales. So you put it up against Mario Kart, to me, that's not a good idea. It should get its own launch month. It should get its own launch day. It should get its own launch everything. And on top of that, we still need to get Metroid Prime 2 and Metroid Prime 3 so you can market it and bundle it with that. If they had all that ready, you'd have to drop that beforehand. You can't drop Metroid Prime 4 and not have Metroid Prime 2 and 3. So we still need that. So in my opinion, it would not be good to drop Metroid Prime 4 at the same time. Plus, Metroid Prime needs a little bit more of an install base first and foremost to help get some of the casual or more like curious buyers out there. Don't get me wrong. Everybody that wanted to buy or who wants to get a Metroid or whatever, they're gonna get the system when it comes out or beforehand. Like, people are gonna get it, but Metroid's never been a massive seller or anything like that. So to me, I don't think you overshadow it with games like Cyberpunk or games like other titles that are coming. I just don't think you overshadow. I think you give it its own launch month to really grow and to get the marketing and to be the game that people talk about, and then of course get Metroid Prime 2 and 3 out before it. So that's kind of how I feel about it. I think Mario Kart can carry. Mario Kart can carry. It's an evergreen game. It's going to be a long distance game. Get that game out as soon as possible. Get it out early. Let that carry the sales. And then each month, boom, hit you with the Donkey Kong, hit you with the Metroid, hit you with all the games right after that. So that's kind of how I see it. I mean, there's not many months left in the year. I don't think it really matters at this point. We only got, we're already in June. So we just got, this month and the rest of the 6. And then that's it. So that's my opinion, though. Let's see here. But it's all good. Monster right after. Yeah, just to be slapping Will Smith. No slapping Will Smith. No, I like the thumbnails, though. I'm just messing around. I just see the thumbnails whenever I see the vids or I watch them. It's just the controller hold. I love them. But it's just like... Oh, man. So yeah. It's all good, though. People are under. I think people that obviously don't like Mario Kart are underestimating it. But to be honest, people underestimated Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They just called it a port. They just called it. It's not really that big of a deal. Whatever the case is. So people underestimated that game too. What's up, 777, Triple OG, Double OG? These last 6 months are gonna be big. Yeah, they're gonna be pretty big, man. They're gonna be pretty big months. We all let's see. We all PlayStation only had one anticipated game for the rest of the year. I'd probably say 3. Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote, and Lost Soul Aside. I think those are the 3 big ones when it comes to first party. Hey, what's up, Pink Gratina? Welcome. Oh, I saw you at the what's it called? The DreamCon. I saw you with the volleyball stuff, young lady. You got to work on the serve though, right? Like you said. I'm glad you had a good time though. Are you back home or are you still over there? I'm glad you had a good time. Maybe one of these days I'll actually go to a DreamCon. Maybe one of these days I'll actually go. We'll have to hang out if I ever go. But maybe one of these days I'll go. I've never thought about going until I saw some of your posts and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. I might have somebody that I can hang out with if I go. I'm not too far away from it. Or at least next year, I think it's in Houston, right? So yeah, that's only like a couple hours flight. An hour or 2 flight? Yeah, 2 hours. It's not that far. So maybe I'll go to that one. I'm Mega Rusty. I live in Houston, so I'm still here. Oh, okay, cool. You know what? For some reason, I thought that you lived not. I don't know. I didn't even know where you lived. So I just thought that I wasn't even sure where you lived. To be honest, I didn't think about it. But yeah, maybe I'll go to that one for sure. I've got some friends in Houston too, though. So yeah. Let's see, LJ, I remember everything from previews launch. I just unlocked the memory of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being underestimated. Yeah, people were just saying that it's just a whatever, just a port, you know. Come next year, July next year. Okay, I'll try. I'll definitely try to go. Maybe if some Party Man can come, or maybe some of the people can come to DreamCon next year. There are some people that I know on Twitter that I know would like to see me if I go there. So yeah, maybe I'll go. Shout outs to Pink Retina. You are awesome, young lady. Appreciate you. If OJ goes to DreamCon, he has to cosplay as JoJo character. If I go to DreamCon, you know, I don't know if I'll be a JoJo character. I gotta definitely, if I can hit the weights and get back. I mean, I'm getting my shape back, but if I can truly get it back to the JoJo style, then maybe I will. But if not, then we definitely going as some type of generic. Akatsuki. We gotta go as like Kisame or something like that. I'm gonna do the whole. I'll paint the face. I'll wear something. I'll have a big old sword, and I'll just go there like that. I'll definitely got to be somebody from there. We gotta be somebody from there. You know what I'm saying? If you ever come to Houston, OJ, I will show you. Have a fun time. You have the best food here. You are welcome to stay at my place. Hey, let's go, Dr. Smooth. I'll hit you. I'll take you up on that, fam. I'll take you up on that. Don't worry though. I just need a small amount of space in a little room. I don't really need much. Trust me. You know, everyone knows, man. If I go stay, all I need is a small little area. I don't bother nobody. I don't touch nothing. I keep to myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very respectful. You know, I was raised right, so I don't mess with nothing. If you want to invite me, I'm good. I'm good for it. Just be expecting a lot of traffic over here. Oh, okay. Shout outs. The bottom drawer of a dresser. Yeah. I remember one time, I forgot where I went. Gosh, I forgot where I went. I was traveling, but it was like decades ago. And it was super weird because it was a friend of mine and it was a friend of a friend. And we were going there for I think a video game tournament. And they didn't really have much areas to sleep, and we had a couple people there. So they're like, "Oh, okay, OJ, you can sleep on the bed. You know, he's like, you can sleep there." And the way that he said it was so weird. He's like, "You can sleep there with my wife," and I was like, "What?" He's like, "Oh no." He's like, "What I meant is that you can sleep on the bed if you want, and she'll be there too. But I trust you, fam." And I'm like, "Yeah, no," because I wasn't thinking about anything like that, man. So I just took they had this big old bed, and I just took the bottom quadrant. I just shrunk up into a ball, wrapped myself, and was like, I'm over here. I'm nowhere near her or anything like that. So yeah. So that's the Dark Synchron, man. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, the phrasing was so weird, bro. the phrasing was so weird, so weird. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, just because it was like I said, it was a massive bed, and like he didn't give a. To be honest, man, like, listen, I don't know, I don't know what that dude was doing, but all I know is that this man was real loosey goosey. I'll say that with this one. This man was he was a little loosey goosey. But yeah. Let's see. It's not. No, it was a big old bed, bro. It was a huge bed. It was like a huge bed. It was definitely enough space for me and for her, and if he wanted to, for him. The only issue is that he was setting up everything, and he wasn't gonna be back that day, or he wasn't gonna be back until late. So he just told me, hey, you can just sleep there. It's cool. I'm like, she's gonna sleep there, but it's all cool. Like but once again, I don't think he cared. I don't think he cared at all. But like I said, I wasn't about to. How old was I? Oh my God, this was a long time ago. So I was pretty young. I think I was like 20. I was like 21 or 22. So I was good. I wasn't gonna do anything stupid. Like I wasn't about to get shot. I didn't feel like getting shot. I knew my friend, but it was a friend of a friend, so I didn't know this guy like that. He was super nice and fed us and all that, but I'm not trying to get shot, bro. So yeah. It says no Diddy. Yeah, no baby oil. No baby oil. No lotion. No none of that. No. There was none of that. There was none of that, man. There was none of that. Like I said, I curled into I looked like Black Samus Aran, bro. I turned into a morph ball that night, bro. I turned into a morph ball, bro, in a court. I just went like this. Straight up morph ball. Oh, man. I see her. OJ wakes up in the middle of the night. Dude is sitting in the chair in the corner. With popcorn and just a shirt on. Like, no, go ahead, man. Go ahead and do what you're doing, bro. Don't let me stop you. No, man, this chick was like 35, bro. I'm good. Oh man. Let's see here. You just know he was in the chair in the shadows. Yeah, in the shadows, like you turn on the light, you see his face, you're like, what the whoa? It's like that one scene on what's it called? Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Yeah. Y'all remember that? I can't play it because of copyright. Y'all remember that scene in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle when he gets picked up by that one guy in the woods and the forest and all that? Oh my gosh, yo, it's like that right there. Let's see here. Hey, what's up, Super Sean 64? Hey OJ, do you think Switch 2 will support public voice chat in the future? Right now, only locked to private voice chat. In terms of public voice chat, games that support voice chat will have public voice chat enabled. So if you're doing, like, let's say you play Fortnite, that's going to be enabled. So you'll have the public voice chat for that. Let's say you're playing Overwatch, it'll connect if you want to use it. So it's going to be game to game dependent. In terms of Nintendo supporting just talking to anybody without getting, no, they're not going to allow that, because there's too many weirdos out there for them to, so they're not going to allow that. I don't see them allowing that at all. I see that you got to probably, add them as a friend or add them as a user or whatever, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to video chat or voice chat with them, because there's too much liability with that camera and everything. So I doubt it. At least if Nintendo locks it behind they're their friend, they can say, hey, well, if there's something that pops off, like a swap note controversy or something, they can say, hey, look, give me 1 second. They can say, hey, look, we make it to where you have to add them as a friend, and we have parental controls. Excuse me. And we have parental controls, so they can safeguard themselves in the way of like something happening like that. So no, I don't see them just giving you free access to talk and video chat with anyone. Nah, I don't see it. Thank you. Yeah, no Omegle or nothing like that. By the way, you guys see how crazy Omegle is. That's what would happen if they allowed it. It'd be like that place where you've got a bunch of weirdos on there. Let's see. Do you think the Nintendo Switch app will be updated to support cross chat with Switch 2 voice chat users? No, because there's no need to actually do that. Why would you cross voice chat with Switch? I mean, if it's based on a game that's on Switch 1 and Switch 2 and you're playing online and there's voice chat, then yeah, it would support it that way. But would they make it to where you can, a client to where you can actually like Switch 1 can like just talk to them directly? I mean, you might be able to voice chat if they're on your friends list and you have, if somebody's on a Switch 1 game, then yeah. But I don't know if there's going to be that for like just do it that way. No, most people don't even use that app anyway, so I doubt it. I doubt it, Jay Guerrero. But I could be wrong. I could be stupid and I have no idea what I'm talking about. It could be that as well too, guys, so keep that in mind. It's not, what I said is not by any means confirmed or gonna happen or anything, you know. So also keep that in mind. That it could be completely bunk overall. So yeah. What third-party games you getting? I'm hoping for Virtual Fighter. Revo comes soon. Didn't they announce the date for that for Virtual? I don't know if they announced the date, but it's day and date with the other platforms, right? I'm probably gonna get Cyberpunk on cartridge. I might get Rune Factory. Probably gonna get Bravely Default. We'll see about Street Fighter. So I'm gonna get a few different games. Obviously Mario Kart, you know. Your Switch 2 arrives next Wednesday. Damn, that sucks, bro. I ain't trying to wait till next Wednesday. It's good until a parent tries to sue Nintendo for yeah, for image. Exactly. It's all great public and you can just voice chat and video chat with anybody until somebody tries to sue, or until a child is affected in a certain way, or a young teen or something like that, or you know, 16, 15, 16, 17-year-old or something like that. So yeah, I doubt it. I think they're just gonna lock it down to friends for right now. But once again, if the game supports voice chat, then yeah, you'll have public voice chat, but that's within the game client itself, you know. See, I would like public VC for Smash Bros and MK. Yeah, that's not happening. Yeah, you ain't getting that. So you're not getting that. Now, if you get into an arena with Super Smash Brothers, that has voice chat already. So if the new one comes out and you're in an arena and somebody's enabled voice chat, then yeah, you'll have that. But you just randomly talking to random people, no. Basically, the estimate is Friday to next Wednesday. Okay, the estimate is Friday to next Wednesday. So Discord is for. I don't even do that with. See, the thing about it is that I don't even do that with Discord. I don't like randomly talking to people. Maybe because I'm old school or nothing, but I'm not a fan of randomly talking to people. I don't know. Maybe I'm antisocial. I don't think I am, but I don't want to randomly talk to people online. Like randomly talk to people I don't even know. Like that's just, like I said, some people use, like I've never used Omegle. I've never used these sites where you just randomly hook, you know, hey, I see somebody. Like I've never done that. Like that's just weird to me. I know maybe it's interesting or it's different, but I've never done that. I've never wanted to do that. Like if I do have voice chat or something, it's because I want to voice chat with the person that I'm playing the game against, like if I'm like a friend or somebody like I'm just playing against, like in Madden or something. But and even then with Madden, I got tired of hearing people's rap music, got tired of hearing people's kids in the background, got tired of hearing people cough and smoker lungs. I got tired of some people playing games while somebody else is clearly having physical relations with another person, man or woman, in the background. I've heard that before, where literally they're just playing while two people are going at it, or they're watching something where people are going at, like I've had enough. And I'm not trying to say that to try to say like, oh, who cares? Trust me, it's important, and I hope that they add that for those who want it. But I've went through the voice chat era, and I'm completely, like I said, I cashed out a long time ago. After PS3, I was done with the amount of racists and weirdos and psychos. I said I'm out. I cashed out.
There's too many weirdos. I don't want random people talking to me.
Let me give, exactly, Justin. Let me give you guys something. If it wasn't for how bad people were online, Player Essence wouldn't exist. If it wasn't for how bad voice chat was with PS3 and 360, this community wouldn't even exist because I never would have made it. The one reason why I made Player Essence, why I thought about Player Essence, was because I was sick and tired of crazy psycho racists and weirdos in the gaming community. I was sick and tired of the message boards and what people were saying. Resident Evil, to be exact, Resident Evil 5 was insane playing. People were saying all sorts of crazy stuff. There was no real community there. So for me, I was tired of it. So I was like, maybe there was a way I can build my own community. I didn't know how to do it. Like streaming and all that was so new / non-existent YouTube, but I knew that that would be the future. I felt that, yeah, like building your own community is the future. I just gotta figure out how to do it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know anything about it. So I just like, I'll figure it out at some point. That's what I told myself. But that's how Player Essence got started. I started thinking about ideas of a name for a community was then, because people were psychos online. People were crazy. Like I said, racist, crazy, sexist, all the stuff that just like, you know, all this stuff. I ain't never said nothing racist or sexist to anybody in a voice chat. And I swear in my whole life, I swear I ain't never said a single racist or sexist thing to anybody in a voice chat. You know what I'm saying? Like a random or public voice chat. Never in my life have I done that to a random person in a voice chat or anything like it. I've never done that. You know, never started or initiated it. So to myself, I'm thinking, man, like I need to create my own where that stuff isn't going to be allowed, you know, where we can play with confidence that we know that there's not going to be psychos saying that, you know? So that's the reason. So, yeah. So if anybody's trying to, you know, tell me, hey, OJ, I wish you should tell them make public, and I'm like, hell nah. I don't care, fam. I'll keep it a buck. Make it to where it's locked off with your friends, or if it's a public client, then okay. But you're not gonna see me advocating for just randoms all the time. Hell nah. Got me messed up. Cyber Torch with the $5 dono and says, so shout outs to the weirdos and cyclists for bringing us together here. To be honest, that's part of it. I mean, could there have been something else that brought us here? Maybe. But I'll be honest, like legitimately, it was, I remember, let me tell you guys what happened. I was playing Resident Evil 5 in 2009, and some dude was just being incredibly racist. Like, on my own team, get these bleepers over here. And I'm like, what? Excuse me? He's like, and I'm like, I just cut the mic off, cut him off. I said, I'm done. I quit playing online. Not because I'm like taking my ball and going home, but it was just like, it had been going on for a bit. There'd been random people. Once again, I'm not trying to label everybody in RE5. There was a lot of cool people in there too that I talked to and met, but it wasn't the same. I knew that it wasn't going to be something like, who are these people? You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, it wasn't worth keeping any relationships that I had on PS3. You know, like the people that were like I got rid of everybody. I didn't keep anybody on there, you know? And so yeah. So that's how, then at that point, I started brainstorming ideas for like a gaming blog. Like in 2009, 2010, I graduated 2010. I started brainstorming ideas, and then I settled on Player Essence, you know? But yeah, that's actually the start of it. The start of it was Resident Evil 5 online play. That's the reason why I started Player Essence. Like I first started getting the thoughts of having a community. Let's see here. Psycho here. I can confirm what you say. They're legit. We are legit psychos. Yeah. Once again, and I'm not trying to hate on anybody. People say all sorts of stuff. I'm not trying to sit there and condemn these people to evil or anything like that. No, I mean, some people like that. That's how they like to talk. They like to ish talk people. They like to sit there and say, they like to, you know, talk like that to random people. Like, if it's amongst your friends and you guys are all cool, I actually have no problem with that, because I've been around that. We've all been around that, where it's your friends, so it's okay to make a few jokes or crude. That's fine. I'm not saying people who do that. What I'm saying is just like random, just being absolutely toxic for no reason. You know what I'm saying? For people that you don't even know. I think, to me, that that's a problem, you know? So that's the reason why I created the community, you know? Or I tried to create the community. You guys really created it and came here, but I tried to, at least, you know? Yeah, I agree, Aries. People need to grow up, bro. I got tired. Yeah, the COD. The thing about COD is that when COD came out in 2007, I used voice chat, but I didn't really. There was really no point. I just ran around and shot people. So there was really no point in actually even using voice chat in COD. It was just people being stupid, so I just would always cut it off. I use voice chat in RE5 because you have to kind of strategize a little bit more, you know, in RE5. And I use voice chat in games like SOCOM, US Navy SEALs. That was actually pretty cool. I never had any bad experiences in that game with people. I was like in a little clan. I forgot the clan tag name though. But on the PS2, I was like in a little clan. There was like a guy from like the East Coast. Like he lived in like in a basement. We were like no, I was older than him, but it was all good. Anyway, but yeah, we used to hang out and we used to play SOCOM US Navy SEALs online in our little clan. I forgot God, what was the name of the clan tag that he had? I forgot. But anyway, yeah. Yo, Jay, forgot to tell you, last Monday my family had a small house fire. Stove caught on fire and melted all of our stuff on it. Can't really cook or make anything. Oh man, sorry to hear about that, dude. Man, that's crazy. 30-year-olds just don't mess with 18-year-olds, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Sorry to hear about that, Killer Ninja, though, man. Sorry, bro. That's crazy. My answer is people talking ish and trolling them is pissing them off, hating me, but I had joy. Hey, man, sometimes you gotta do that. I just cut off the mic. I just didn't feel like talking to nobody, man. I'll keep it a buck. There's times I just don't feel like saying nothing. I just don't feel like talking. So yeah, that's what I did, at least for me. But okay, guys, it's getting a bit late. I gotta get ready for to travel. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Today's video was popping off. It did really good today. So thank you guys so much for watching the video today. If you guys have not seen my video, check out my video. I had a big news update, some more news, more stuff that went down. That was a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for coming out to tonight's stream. Check out my video. That was my video tonight. Big love to Cyber Taurus. Big love to Justin, Pink Gratina, Elements RMK, Aries EMS, Super Christian Me World as well, Deported Sicilian, League of Pocket Watchers as well, Melee Fan, General Zamora with the membership as well. Shout out to General Zamora. Cool Rips, Gloria Redmond. She took off to work, or she had to go to sleep. Monado Mario. Thank you guys so much. David V with the Lucky 7. DeAndre as well. Party Man, thank you so much. And all the elite ninjas here and all the ninjas here that we're talking. Dark Synchron, I see you. Joey, thank you guys so much. Shout outs, guys. Vadsent as well. Shinru, thank you so much, guys. Crispy Tofu, multiple donos. Yo, let's go. Yak Diesel as well. Thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate y'all. You guys are the GOATs. You guys are the best. I love you guys so much. And get ready. We're going to start the stream. The Switch 2 stream starts tomorrow. I should be in SF. So I'll let you guys know once I get there and get settled in. We'll probably have a night stream. I'll see what my brother thinks and see what he wants to do. Then we'll see if we can do a stream then. But yeah, it should be good, man. It should be good. We're going to be streaming live from San Francisco. So it should be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys. Love y'all so much. Like I said, you guys are the GOATs. And we'll see you guys for the next one. All right. Peace out, homies.